over matter. Man, I was looking through the Bible, man. And one thing I respected about the stories in the Bible about the messenger is how he kept a certain level of swag during the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter, the lady was reaching at his clothes saying, hey, I'm bleeding and yada, 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 or the brother was like, Jesus, coming to the house. My brother is dying in the house. He always had the energy of chill out. Like everybody just calm the.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. Are you moving like the messenger? Say it again. Are you moving like the messenger? Right? Now, I don't care what religion you are, man. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Muslim, Buddhist, Catholic, and the million other religions this world has put together, right? The majority of religions have put their hands in talking about the messenger that came to this planet that was a guide for us all, right? So my question is, are you moving like the messenger? In other words, are you healing the sick? When your brother or your sister is in the hospital, right? Or are you going up to visit them? Or you sending them texts? Or you giving them a phone call saying, hey, you know what? Like move like this and overcome this. Moving this energy and this thing will go away. Are you moving like that? When the Bible talks about the messenger feeding 5,000, or are you going out and at minimum helping those without? Or are you helping those that are on the corner that are starving? Or are you moving like the messenger? You know what I'm saying? Because if you just read through the Bible, you can see account after account where the messenger, went through certain situations, interacted with certain people, healed all these things. And then he said, well, these are the things that I do. He said, but you brothers will do these things and greater. So my question is, are you moving like the messenger? In other words, we've gone to church our entire lives, right? Some of us have been in church, for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. We've gone to Jumu'ah. We prayed a certain direction for several years. We've taken the trip to Mecca. We go to Vacation Bible School. We have our revivals. We got Sunday school. We got prayer service. We got joining the church in the pastors. We got all these things. But the real question is, are we moving like the messenger? You know what I'm saying? And if we aren't, then how can we? If we aren't moving like the messenger, then how can we? Right? Now, I was thumbing through the Bible, man. And I was just looking again. I was looking at these accounts of Jesus healing certain people and telling people how to move and overcome these type situations. And I said, there's one thing that the messenger, there's one energy that he just floated in at all times that separated him from pretty much the rest of mankind, right? And that energy was mind over matter. Mind over matter. Now that sounds cliche. We've all heard that, man, our entire life. That sounds cliche, but I'm telling you, brother, that's the realest thing I've ever heard. That's the realest thing I've ever heard. Ever since I've tapped into, some new literature, after I've increased my meditation and I start, fellowshipping with brothers, I'm telling you, mind over matter is the realest thing I've ever heard. And what I'm asking you today, brothers, is are you moving like the messenger? Now, I know what you're saying. Like, soul, man, like ain't nobody trying to hear that today, man. Like it's Friday, like I just got paid and I'm already in the negative. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that today. Like, man, my bills are stacking up. What are you talking about? Mind over matter. Like, so I just got diagnosed with cancer. What are you talking about, man? Mind over matter. My wife has diabetes, man. What are you talking about? Mind over matter. What I'm asking you today is, are you moving like the messenger? Are you moving like the messenger? You know, we can all agree. We can all agree. And if you watch the last few videos, we've talked about this world and the makeup of this world and the illusion and what's real and what's not real. We can all agree that you know, when Wallace Wattles is talking about that thinking stuff, you know, when the Kabbalion is saying that everything is the all, we can all agree that you know, everything is the all, everything is God. And everything that we can see, and I've mentioned this in the last few videos, everything that we can see, taste, touch, experience in this world is simply an interruption in that God energy, right? And that interruption is created by our mental thoughts, right? So we have to come to the conclusion that all of our experiences, both good and what we call bad, are just a manifestation of our mindset. Just the manifestation of our mindset. So when we talk about our bank accounts are in the red, when we talk about the doctor has diagnosed us with all these things, brother, we have to first understand that one, it's part of the illusion. It's not real. And it's just the manifestation of the game. It's just a manifestation of our thoughts in this third dimensional reality, right? Then I was reading this, man, which I read this before, right? When we talk about our conditions, and this is coming from the Master Key, one of my favorites, right? It says, as all conditions are thought creations and therefore entirely mental, disease and lack are simply mental conditions in which the person fails to perceive the truth. As soon as the error is removed, the condition is removed. I'm going to read it slower, man, because it's a lot of weight in that thing, brothers. We all come to the conclusion, right, that everything is made up of our mental state. Everything that we experience is from our mindset, right? I'm reading it again. As all conditions are thought creations and therefore entirely mental, disease and lack are simply mental conditions in which the person fails to perceive the truth. As soon as the error is removed, the condition is removed. So the real question is, like, what's your truth, man? Like, when we talk about our money is funny, our health is funny, or whatever else, we have to say, you know, what is it like what fed us this intel? Was it mama now? Was it grandmama now? Was it pastor now? Was it deacon? You know what I'm saying? Was it my youth minister? Who fed us this truth? Who fed us the mindset to create the world that we're in, man? I'm always talking about, brothers, it's all about defining your truth. It's all about defining who you are. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get to the root cause of things, man. We can't just settle for life as it is. I'm telling you, if we have problems, we got to get to the root cause and correct it and eliminate those things and eliminate those sources that are still putting it in us. Whether it's family members, whether it's television, sitcoms, movies, whether it's the next door neighbor, whatever it is, brother, you got to identify it and remove it because it's creating your world, man. It's creating your world. The book went on to say this. It says, remember. And this one, it says, remember. And this is one of the most difficult as well as most wonderful statements to grasp. Remember that no matter what the difficulty is, no matter where it is, no matter who is affected, you have no patient but yourself. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth which you desire to see manifested. Brother, it's mind over matter. It's mind over matter. Bro, I'm telling you, you like, so like, man, like I got all this stuff going on. Brother, I just came out of a situation. Brother, pretty much the whole last month, man, my bank accounts were frozen for no reason. So I know what it's like to go through a challenge. Brother, we have to go through all challenges with a smile over our face. I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you, and when I say this, I mean it. I mean it in the depths of my soul. There is nothing nobody can tell me that can shake my energy no more than a moment. Because what I always do is I go worst case scenario. I say, okay, well, I'm fine with that. And I come out of it and I smile, brother. So I don't care what you're going through, brothers. I don't care if your money is funny. I don't care if your health is funny. You can come out of it if you just change your mindset. If you just understand that this is the illusion, and that the illusion is quarterbacked by your mindset, man. You know, you have to be able to, I don't know, sit still in a burning house, figuratively speaking, right? You have to be able to sit still in chaos and understand that it's going to be all right, brother. You have to sit still in a burning house. In other words, when the landlord is knocking on your door, man, when the repo man is driving by your house at 3 o'clock in the morning to see you, trying to catch you slipping, brother, you have to be able to sit at home in peace and just zone out and create this new world, brother. You have to say, I understand. Like I have to first understand that I created this world, right? And if I created this world and it's all my fault, that gives me the power to create a new world, right? You have to be able to sit in chaos and understand that it's mind over matter. Man, I was looking through the Bible, man. And one thing I respected about the stories in the Bible about the messenger is how he kept a certain level of swag during the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter, the lady was reaching at his clothes saying, hey, I'm bleeding and yada, 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 or the brother was like, Jesus, come into the house. My brother is dying in the house. He always had the energy of chill out. Like everybody just calm down. Then he would say, go and be ye healed, or sister, go and, do this and you gonna be fine. He always kept a swag about himself that was like this is not real. Like just calm down, readjust your mindset, and let's cruise out of this thing. So I'm asking you, brothers, I'm asking you, sisters, are you moving like the messenger? You've been going to church all these years. You've been going to Juma, you've been going to Mass, you've been going to whatever the name of the rest of them are. And it's like, are you moving like the messenger? Because if you're not, it's like, then you might as well clock out now and just leave the game. And I'm not talking about all the bells and whistles surrounding religion. I'm not talking about the crucifixion. I'm not talking about Easter and all these other things around religion. Those things don't apply to me. Like those are just the bells and whistles and distractions. Going to hell and being saved and all this stuff. I don't care about none of that stuff. I've talked about it, and I'm not even going down that road again. I don't care about none of that stuff. What I care about is, are you moving how we should move? Are you moving how we should move? Brother, we have to understand, and I say we, because when I'm making these videos, I may be saying you, but I'm talking to myself first. But we have to understand what this world is. We have to understand who we are, and we have to understand our power in it. And I'm telling you, brothers, we have to understand that whatever comes our way, money, financial help, whatever comes our way, we have the ability to change it. If we're not going to ride in that mindset, brothers, we may as well clock out. If we're not going to ride in that mindset, brother, you might well tell pastor you ain't coming back to church. What are you praying 5 times a day for if you're not going to move in that energy, man? It's pointless. I'm going to tell you this, bro. One of my favorite books is, it's kind of tore up. The Secret of the Ages. Yeah, it's tore up a little bit. I got a little age on it. And it says this, referring to the messenger. It said this: the removal of mountains is no more difficult than the feeding of a sparrow. Let that soak in. The removal of mountains is no more difficult than the feeding of a sparrow. Then it says this: and to one, like the master, with a perfect understanding, the miracle of raising Lazarus from the dead required no more effort than the turning of water into wine. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back, because somebody didn't hear that, brothers. Somebody didn't hear what I said, man. The removal of mountains is no more difficult than the feeding of a sparrow. And to one, like the master, with the perfect understanding, the miracle of raising Lazarus from the dead required no more effort than the turning of the water into wine. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for the people that can move like the messenger and do greater things than the messenger? What does that mean? That means that, all of us have the ability. In other words, all of us have the ability to go in our kitchens right now, take us a nice cold bottle of water, put a little Kool-Aid in that thing, and turn water into Kool-Aid. We can all do that. We can all do that, right? It says it takes no greater effort to do that and to heal yourself of cancer, to heal yourself of diabetes. It takes no more effort than going there and make you some sweet tea in healing yourself of your financial situation. In other words, you making 30,000 and you like, 30,000 just ain't enough, man. Like my bills. It's like, then create something else. It's saying creating 30,000 is no harder than creating 130. You let this world define your truth. You let this world define your truth. You got depression. You got depression. Going in there and making you a glass of lemonade is no harder than going and turning your depression into a blessing mindset. It's no different, brothers. So the question is, what is your truth and who are you? Again, are you moving like the messenger?